got another lively one happening today. Good morning to it's me.
It's you.
It's go time.
Go.
It's Wednesday, December 8th. Good morning, friends. We're getting ready for Virginia this morning. I'm Jessica Noll, Mr. Bill Bevins, and I. Yeah. That's him. Yeah. Super happy to have you join us today for our live midweek edition. It's Little LPT.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Wednesday.
It is. Happy Wednesday, Bill.
Okay. All right.
Little LPT.
All right. Now that we got all our roles straight, good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
And hello to you. Thank you all for viewing this morning. We always appreciate our friends of the show spending part of the day with us. Jess, did you know today is National Brownie Day?
Ooh.
Chocolate brownie.
Well, I'll be.
Chocolate. Well, is there any kind of other brownie than chocolate?
Blondies.
That's not a brownie.
A blondie brownie?
It's a blondie.
I gotta dig into that. You're right. I think it is a blondie. Then there are cookie bars otherwise.
Yes.
I don't know. Can a brownie only be a chocolate brownie?
Hence the name.
Yes. We've got some work to do, team. We talked cookies all morning yesterday. Today it's brownies.
Yes.
I don't see any. Did you bring a box?
You see a theme here? It's like we start with
trend.
cookies and brownies, and away we go.
What do we have, the 17 days until Christmas?
Yeah.
17
So
days
different
till
cookie every
Christmas,
day.
A different cookie every day. All right.
Okay. All right. I'm out of cookies.
Okay.
So I guess we'll go on with the show.
Yeah, we need to work on the brownie situation. We've got 60 minutes to make that right.
Oh, I'm not out of cookies. I just saw this. I have a note to myself. So yesterday we had these delicious raisin cookies, and you said they were Pennsylvania Dutch cookies. So Jim McAndrew dropped them off, and I didn't mention his name yesterday. So thanks, Jim.
Jim, they were fabulous.
Yes.
So I've had raisin cookies in my lifetime.
Did you finish a whole one? Because they were big.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
it was a lot of cookie.
Yeah, I'll get back to it today.
I got pretty close, but I couldn't do the whole one.
So thanks,
they were
Jim.
phenomenal. Thank you, Jim. We
good.
really
Very
appreciated
good.
them. And don't forget, friends, I know we'll remind you later, but we launched a poll yesterday. We wanted you to vote for your favorite type of cookie on Facebook. There were 6 options. We want to know which one is your favorite. So head to our Facebook page and participate.
Take a bite.
I like it.
Okay.
Not a brownie, though.
Not a brownie, or a blondie.
Or blondie. That's confusing.
What was the other cookie bar?
There's magic cookie bars. I make those at Christmas time. They've got the coconut and the layers and all sorts of things.
Ooh.
But I like them, but sometimes, when you get one of the shells in there.
Shells?
The pecan shells. Oh. And you're chewing that thing with gusto.
Well, wait a minute.
And all of a sudden you
Well, if you get a pecan shell in anything, it's not a good thing.
Exactly.
You're supposed to keep those out.
It happened too often, so the magic is gone for me in that recipe. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's look at what's ahead, Mr. Bevins.
We'll be talking to her dentist later. We got a great show lined up for everybody to enjoy today. Here is a quick preview.
We want to be everywhere you are. It's a fun feature of the morning that we share a few of the highlights of the things that you've been up to. You send them our way, and we share them right here. We love seeing all the photos and videos that you've been sharing with us. We'll peel back the lid on the inbox and check it out later this morning around 9:20, so stay with us for that.
All right, and the best gift for moms and dads this year is peace of mind and making it home safely for the holidays. Janie Cody, owner of Richmond Ford, is here along with Vanessa Hayslip, a volunteer at Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and we'll talk with them coming up in our second half hour. Very important.
Looking forward to that conversation right now. Time to check in with CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton. For the LPTE forecast, Tom, we had spoons under the pillows.
Eve.
LPT Eve.
What about Wednesday? It's like, never mind today's forecast. Just get to tonight and tomorrow, Tom.
All right, let's talk about today.
All right,
I know, Jess, you're trying to set a little trend for Bill and myself, and to get a little bit of that Thursday in on a Wednesday, and it's just not going to happen.
Look, you got a cozy coat. What more do we have to do to lift you up?
And tomorrow's Thursday, and
Okay,
that's when it'll get here. Yeah,
right.
yeah. We're not. We'll take like a little Friday for Friday. We'll take like a little hump day for a Wednesday. But if you're gonna do this LP, whatever it is, Eve, Bill and I ain't having it. I'm going to speak for Bill now, and Bill and I have not discussed this.
You go out there on the ledge, Bubba. You just jump on out there. I'm right behind you.
Hashtag Krusty McGee ×2.
You go ahead. I got your back.
Talk about this winter precipitation. Talk about these other things.
If I can circle back to the brownie thing. you
Oh,
guys talked
all
about.
right.
Good.
What is a blondie exactly? Because first of all, in elementary school, I wouldn't eat because the food was so bad at school. And I literally, even though there was a big tray of food, I was so hungry I wouldn't eat it because the food was terrible. And I guess I was picky back then. I'm not now. I would eat these dead flowers right now. But
And they're good too.
they're good. But they used to have something, it was like a blonde brownie that I absolutely loved, and they wouldn't have it often enough. And I remember it was so good. It was like a blondish kind of cake with some sort of icing and little, like maybe a few chocolate chips. Is that a blondie?
What you have described as a blondie. But I think it's also technically like chocolate chip cookie bar's cousin, right? Like I don't know what makes a blondie versus it being just a chocolate chip cookie bar.
You see, we get into the really deep subjects here. And,
Well, it just triggered a memory on how much I really liked those.
and the quality of food at Tom's grade school.
Where he ate
awful.
dessert first. It's a
awful.
good life lesson.
Oh. All right. So what else? Did you guys want to cover anything else before I discuss our weather pattern here
No,
today?
we've got an investigative report coming up on the origins of blondie later in this show.
Yeah,
okay?
and how it's
right.
different from a chocolate chip cookie. More on that
Okay.
later.
All right, and I love the magic bars too, by the way. Love those. Right out of the oven, nothing like it. All right, but I've never bit into a pecan shell on that one. I've bit into walnut shells in other cases before. Cloudy skies right now. We had a little sleet this morning. Our temperature went up a degree here. We're at 38 degrees. We've been well above freezing all night and all morning long. So we have no concern really of bad roadways or anything like that. But we're looking at the radar now. And you can see a little gray area around Ashland, Doswell, Louisa, Hanover, some of those areas, Goochland. Some of that, maybe a few snowflakes starting to finally mix in a little bit. But there's also a little light sleet and a little light rain still in with some of that. So it's just kind of a bit of a mix. None of it's too heavy right now. You may get a burst of snow in some spots, a burst of sleet in others, and a little rain kind of mixing in. We had a little sleet here earlier, and we may catch a couple snowflakes yet. Over the next couple of hours before all of this kind of sets off on its merry way. Down to the south, just some very light rain, and I've just had reports, south side, just some light rain pretty much all morning long, not too much there. The heaviest rain is now moving well offshore. That was in areas much earlier this morning. So here's what we're kind of expecting. A chance for some snow showers still continues, mainly up to the north. We may catch a few of those mixing in with maybe some light rain and a little sleet yet around here. And then noon, 1 o'clock, gone then. By 2:30, we'll probably start to see some sun come out, and the day will look radically different from now until about 2 p.m. this afternoon. Clear tonight and really cold. It's going to be a cold night tonight. Some light rain, some mixing, yeah, a few snowflakes still possible. And tonight we'll drop back to about 28 degrees, clear and cold. All right, I think that's all I have time for. Virginia This Morning. We'll continue right after this.
Good morning.
Good morning, team. It's Wednesday, December the 8th. It's after 9 o'clock. That means you tune in at the right time. Virginia This Morning, now officially underway. Mr. Bevins said we already went off the rails.
Yes, we did. Before the show even got started officially.
I think we're cruising at a good altitude.
Well, I don't know because it's 9:06 and the show's supposed to start at 9 and we just got on.
Well, there's a lot to there's a lot to discuss about those blondies.
Okay.
I'm Jessica Noll. This is Bill Bevins. We are super excited to join you on this Wednesday for our midweek edition of Virginia This Morning.
Good morning to Jessica and good morning to you, our valued friends and viewers of the show. We're delighted y'all could join us again today.
We've got a great hour of awesomeness. Yesterday was deliciousness. Today's
today.
awesomeness.
Okay.
Ready to share together. Here, there, and everywhere. We love to know what you've been up to and how you've been staying busy and making memories with family and friends. We'll share a few of the submissions during today's Everywhere You Are segment. That's coming up in the second half hour.
And it's almost time for Christmas. Are you ready? Lifestyle expert and blogger Kristen Johnson is going to join us with some great options. We'll talk with her in less than 10 minutes. There she is. She's working already.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it.
All right, you know what time it is now, though, Jess?
Oh, I got this.
Time for this week's word game. Where'd that come from? All right, so you know how this works. We find a phrase or a word that we all use, and we find out the origins of that phrase and or word. But today, because we're getting close to the holidays, we're throwing in a bonus.
Okay.
Just throwing it right in there.
Is it a softball or is it a bonus?
There's no question to it. It's just, so we do where'd that come from. This one is, why do people say that? So today's why do people say that?
I didn't know we had a subset, but okay, I'm switching hats
well,
for
we're
that
expanding,
one.
you know, we're always growing. Is jump in the shower. Why do people say that? You'll fall. It's slick in there. Step into the shower.
Step in. Cruise in.
Yeah. No.
Step in.
Step in. Jump. Very gingerly. Anyway,
I know this one.
Oh, it's not a question.
Oh, of course it's not. How come it's not a question?
It is in the form of a question, but it's just like, that's a ridiculous thing to say.
So is that the phrase today?
No. All right, today's word that come from is crazy as a bat. All right, go. Where'd that come from?
I feel like I know where this one comes from,
All right,
too.
and your guess is?
Bat crazy. Okay. That means bats hang out in a deep, dark cave.
Yes.
So it comes from exploration times.
Spelunkers?
Spelunkers.
Okay.
When you're identifying the different genus of bats, and you have to go into the cave, deep in, to find the bats that you don't usually see.
Why don't you just stand outside and clap your hands and they'll all come out?
Then they fly away. You got to see them in their natural habitat with your spelunking cap and the headlamp.
Okay.
So you are crazy to go in the back of that cave to go identify the bats. Crazy as a bat.
I think she got one. Is she right? Well, the big reveal is coming up around 9:50, so make sure you're watching.
Michelle Futrell got her COVID vaccine back in January. When the COVID booster shots rolled out in the fall, she knew she wanted to get one.
So I had been waiting for them to approve that. And then once they did, I was like, oh, yes, I can get it. And then I realized I had my annual MRI coming up. And I was like, oh, I'm going to wait.
Michelle, a nurse at VCU Massey Cancer Center, was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019 and got treatment. She still has to get an MRI and a mammogram every year.
I didn't want to have to go through the worry and fear of having swollen lymph nodes. And not knowing, was it truly the booster or was it cancer? And to me, that just felt like agony.
Just like the COVID vaccine, there's concern about the booster.
The same issue that we had with the original vaccine, we're now seeing with the booster, which is swelling of the lymph nodes in reaction to the booster itself.
Dr. Candace McGuire, chief of breast surgery at Massey, says it's the body's reaction to the spike protein.
It's what we want to see, but it can make screening somebody for breast cancer difficult.
So what should patients do? Dr. McGuire says the standard recommendation for getting the vaccine or the booster is to get it 6 weeks before any breast screening.
So that's a good, safe period of time to let those lymph nodes sort of calm down again.
And Dr. McGuire says women who have had breast cancer should get that shot on the opposite side of their cancer. Michelle kept her annual MRI appointment and then got her booster shot right before Thanksgiving.
I am glad that I was able to get it because they talk about immunity waning over time. So.
And who should get the booster? Dr. McGuire says people who are on active treatment right now are considered immunocompromised and should be looking to protect themselves. For Buddy Check 6, I'm Reba Hollingsworth.
This segment is sponsored by MAD and Richmond Ford.
Welcome back to Virginia this morning. Here's a startling fact. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in December of 2019, 837 people lost their lives in traffic accidents involving a drunk driver. Our friends at Richmond Ford sponsor Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Together, they've made a huge impact. Joining us today, Janine Cody, owner of Richmond Ford, along with Vanessa Hayslip. She's a volunteer with MAD. It's wonderful to see both of you. Thanks for making time.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for putting a voice to this, too. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Janine, this is a very important program and partnership with Richmond Ford. We've visited with you. We've talked about this campaign before. Tell us what's going on in 2021 and why Richmond Ford is so involved.
Well, so this is our 10th year sponsoring MAD. And I mean, it's very simple why we get involved. We get involved because we have businesses in the community and the people that live in it are very, very important to us, and we want them to be safe.
The statistics, we shared but one. The statistics are staggering. They're overwhelming. MAD does so much work in the community sharing those metrics and trying to make an impact. The campaign this year, Drive Sober and Get Pulled Over. This is incredibly important to raise awareness. Vanessa, you're with us this morning. You lost your daughter to an impaired driver. Can you talk us through her?
June the 18th of 2014, our lives changed forever. Melissa was only 23 years old. She was on her way home from work, and she was miles from the home, and she was killed by an impaired and drug driver. And the effect that it has had on our life has been huge. It's a nightmare. It's something you want no parent or anyone else to go through. And it just not only affects us, it affects the community, her friends, other families. The person that killed our daughter, his family was affected also. And I'm just so thankful for the Codys, for their sponsorship of MAD, and for y'all for having us here to let people know, please be safe, make the right choice. Don't get behind that wheel, because it will affect not only your life, but thousands and hundreds of thousands of people for just the one thing. And I think every day, the holidays are extremely hard. I don't get to go shopping with my daughter. I see moms and daughters doing things, doing these crafts and stuff together. I don't get to do that with her, and it's very hard. You go through the motions, but that's what you do. You go through the motions.
And I'm going to start, well, it's very emotional.
You start,
as
I
said.
start, so I'm going downhill.
Get ready for the waterworks, friends. Melissa was about 23 years old. She was a recent graduate of Longwood from the School of Nursing. She was already dedicating herself to the lives of others.
Yes,
and as you said, she was so close to home. And this is one of those things that I think we maybe consider happens to other people until it happens and changes your family.
That is so true. You never think that you're going to get that knock on the door, that someone you've lost, love, that you have lost them to something that could have been prevented. This was not an accident. This was a crash, something that could have been prevented. And she had just started her life. She was a nurse. She was an organ donor. I look at it this way too, she's still saving lives. And with her, yes, she was very proud of being a nurse. And I used to tell her they were the guinea pigs of Longwood, because they were paving the way for other nurses to come, And, I think she gives me the strength to do this, to speak to people and to tell them, it's okay to drink, but just don't drive. Make that right choice. Stay where you're at, or call somebody to come get you. I think she gives me the strength to go out and share our experience, our heartache, and our family's heartache, not just mine, and my husband's, her brother. She's got a little nephew that she will never get to, meet. And he asks about her, and I tell him, I talk about her.
The decision, and you mentioned this, the decision that one individual made who caused this crash, it changed the trajectory of his family's life, your family's life forever. And I think in that same way, when you don't think this is going to happen to you, it happens to other people. When you've made this careless decision to get behind the wheel thinking that's not going to be you, and then it is. It's definitely something to consider. So sharing these stories, helping raise the awareness and just making that right decision. You said, Janine, to Vanessa before we got started, you're so brave, how do you share this story?
Yeah.
And Vanessa is unfortunately one of many in our Central Virginia region who has experienced this and is sharing the story, and that's why you support MAD.
And over the last 10 years, I can't tell you how many stories we've heard that they're just needless, right? I mean, have a plan. It's not that difficult. All of our kids know if they're out drinking and driving, they can call us at any hour and we will come and get them. I don't care how far away they are. And trust me, they have used that privilege. So, you know, with Uber and Lyft and families and friends, there's always somebody that you can call instead of doing that. And if you see somebody that's too impaired to drive, say something. Yeah. You know, it's not a horrible thing to do. Maybe your act of kindness for the holiday is doing an Uber or a Lyft for somebody that's too drunk to drive.
This is the time of year when we're all out of pattern. This is something that certainly is a constant, unfortunately, throughout the full year. But this time of celebration, we are out of pattern, we are making decisions, and we need to concentrate on making the right decision. Janine, Cody, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Vanessa, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for allowing us to be here to share our story, MAD's story. Thank you, and thank you.
You bet.
We appreciated learning more about Melissa, too. We're going to share a little more information. You can pick up a Tie One On for Safety ribbon or magnet at Richmond Ford. This is the way that you can participate in sharing the awareness around the community. Pick those up at 2 of the locations in Short Pump or downtown, and be sure to put those on and spread awareness and make the right choice this holiday season. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning. This is the part of the show where we amp up the pressure cooker. Welcome back. 17 days until Christmas.
Yeah.
Have you done all of your shopping yet? If not, there is still time. There's still time. Today we have a few great ideas that you might want to consider.
Help! Joining us live by Zoom from Orlando, Florida is entrepreneur and lifestyle expert Kristen Johnson, who is going to give us a little show and tell. And we welcome her to Virginia this morning. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good to see you guys. You guys are like a ball full of fun and energy. I don't even need my coffee.
Oh, we do.
Well, we need you, Kristen. You've already done a little research. Tell us what you just learned.
Yes. You know, I was very enthralled in your brownie conversation because I don't have a sweet tooth. I have sweet teeth. And the whole brownie blondie thing, because I was actually offended. I'm like, a blondie is not a brownie. You shouldn't have to say chocolate brownie. So I Googled it while you guys were doing all your stuff. And all you have to do is it's substituting the cocoa for vanilla and adding brown sugar, and it makes a blondie. So it's an imposter. It's not a real brownie.
All right. Thank you, Kristen. It was nice talking to you, and have a great day.
All right. When we've moved on from blondies and brownies and gotten all that taken care of, we need help. Kristen, can you point us in the right direction here? You've got some great goodies in front of you and some terrific ideas.
I really do. And like I was saying, I don't need coffee. That was a huge lie. I live on coffee. And we all get mugs for the holidays, and that can kind of be annoying, especially for your cupboard. So what I have here from Espro, and you can see they have their beautiful French press here too, but I want to talk about the tasting cups. So like wine, there are different cups in wine that will help you get those flavor notes of the wine. And that's exactly what we're doing here with these coffee cups, which is amazing. I had no idea. I'm not going to lie. I love coffee and I have lots of coffee experience, but this cup brings out the cocoa flavors, and this cup brings out the spicy, and this cup brings out the fruity, and they're all lined up in your box that you get from Espro with this beautiful tray. And it's actually super fun because you can host like a coffee tasting kind of party. And then pull out the wine.
Now that looks like my cupboard because no two mugs match. So I was way ahead of the curve on that one. But that's actually a set. And it looks great.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a beautiful gift. I love this. Now, next we're going to go into the Crafter DIYer, which you had actually already seen before we started. And this is your Creative Station Lite. And you can put things into this like flat pieces of paper or stickers or whatever you want. And I'm actually going to do a tiny example for you. So what I just did is I put through a index card and I was able to laminate it without any mess. And I love this because you can actually interchange the inside to make a laminate magnet, which is really fun for like the kids' doodles you can give to the grandparents this holiday season. And you can do double-sided laminate, which I showed you here, as well as adhesive. So you can make anything into a sticker. So it's really great for art projects, for scrapbookers or card makers. This is one of my favorite personal machines.
I'm already thinking I would need to order a backup roll of the laminate material.
You're gonna need more supplies.
The girls are gonna laminate everything.
Cranking those out. All right, a girl and her glitter. What do you got next for us, Kristen?
As we're going into the holidays, we're starting to get, more comfortable with hosting again. Thank goodness, because gosh, I need more people than my children in my home. And I love the TrueSense air purifier. They come in small, medium, large. And what's great about them is that once the bacteria, the viruses, and the germs are locked inside, it has an ultraviolet technology that evaporates them. And then it pushes back through that purified air in two directions. And it's really cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. It comes in white and gray. And I'm loving how it just can go right with your aesthetic.
It's definitely unobtrusive, right? Like you could put this anywhere and just, it does its thing. You don't have to think about it again.
The HEPA filter, I'm reading about it. The HEPA filtration system captures dust, mold, ash, pollen, and particles as small as 0.3 microns. Wow.
Very small.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
It's great. It's a great gift for like the health nuts in your family or just your home. It's a great hostess gift. I really like this. And I actually use it in my daughter's room who has asthma pretty bad.
There you go.
Makes sense, yeah, a key part. Those are great ideas. What else?
All right, so for the workaholic or even at home, I'm obsessed with this. I have one for each kid because when we do homework, it's really easy to not use sticky notes and paper because we go through it so much. This is from Quartet and it is a dry erase notebook and it can fold and be propped up. It's great for making lists. It's great for, like I said, homework. We do drills on this. You can write love notes if you want. It is my husband and I's anniversary, so I put this in the bathroom. He was like, what is this? But it's fine. And it's really great because it's so portable and very easy to reuse. It's awesome for homeschooling, for your workaholic person, or your at-home workers.
Wow.
Kids will love this.
I was going to say,
I
have these ideas.
Use it all the time.
I have a pencil and paper on the bedstand because something will come up, and I write it down, but then I can't remember what it was about when I get up in the morning.
Is that where jump in the shower came
So the dry erase, I can just go like, I don't have no idea what that can. So I just erase that and move on to the next thing.
So now you can just write down your nonsense in a dry erase form, and it'll be fine because you can just erase it.
Oh, zing.
Kristen, I like you. I like you so much.
We all do it. Well, last but not least, we have the perfect holiday stuffer. Sally Ander is an amazing second generation owned and operated company where she makes these amazing soaps that are absolutely great for every kind of sensitive skin. She makes them in bulk, hand cuts them, hand wraps them, and ships them herself. And right now you can get the candy cane edition soaps and lip balms. I think it's going to be the best teacher gift. I think it's really cute.
I love it. I love getting handcrafted soaps and lip balms, hint, hint.
She's a crafty girl. All right, before we go, I want to talk about the Christmas tree with the plants in it. Because I've never seen that done before. That is so cool.
Yeah, I love to, during COVID, I got really into plants. So I started growing them. I had 54 plants. Don't tell my husband, he thinks I have 40 something. And I started trimming them. And I have the propagation bulbs. So once you cut a plant, you want to regrow it. So I have those in my bathroom and I thought, I want to make a really crazy tree because I love to do anything different and I haven't seen it. So I put the bulbs on this tree and now I'm growing the plants into the tree.
Fantastic.
Kristen Johnson, a girl and her glitter. Thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to put the information online, and we'll include how you can connect with Kristen on her site. Just visit WTVR.com/VTM by 3 p.m. today.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Virginia This Morning is everywhere you are. We love it checking in with you, our friends and viewers of the show, to see what you're up to and those memories in the making.
We appreciate everyone who shares those fun moments with us. What's first, Jess?
Ooh, this was some fun from the weekend. Gigi's Frozen Custard has only a few days left in the season, so I'm giving you a heads up. This Saturday, they'll be in 2 locations, Hardywood West Creek, for the GBS Fest. I think that's the Gingerbread Stout Fest from 12 to 7 p.m. and Halsley's Toys for Tots collection from 2 to 4:30. So you can catch them on Sunday as well, 12 to 4 at Lakeside. Viv and I caught them this weekend and had a super fresh, I think I told you about this, that mega awesome Sunday was delightful.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Looked great.
Thank you, Gigi.
Virginia This Morning viewer Maya sent us these photos on Facebook. She took the best holiday photos of her furry friends. Look at those guys. Like, look at, you have to find them in there.
They're tied up.
Look at this guy.
Yes, Mr. Pugster is like, I'm doing this on my own. These two are like, bundle us together in the scarf. Do you see that?
So cute.
We're the perfect present.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're having fun with your friends and families, and you know, they're fuzzy family friends, furry family friends, send us a picture of those adventures. We'd love to share them with everybody.
Please send them a picture or comment or video to our Virginia This Morning Facebook or Instagram page. You can email us directly, virginiathismorning@WTVR.com.
This segment is sponsored by Our Home Magazine.
The 2021 Holiday Garden Tour will be filled with music, activities, and fun for everybody in the family. Joining us today is Kimberly Hitchens and Lacey Williams, co-chairs of the Fan District Association. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good to see you both. Let's start, I guess we'll start with Lacey. Lacey, this year is not a home tour per se because it's all outdoors.
Correct. Due to COVID, we wanted to have something fun, so we're having people's back gardens decorated for the holidays. And they'll be beautiful.
Lacey, I mentioned to you guys before we came on that I lived in the Fan for over 20 years, and my front yard looked like a postage stamp, but I had a lot of room out back and had a garden and the whole thing out back. And people were always amazed when they came to visit that, you know, I got to focus on that so much. So some of these gardens are pretty darn impressive, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, they're very elaborate. It's funny when you walk through the Fan because it's really misleading how wonderful the back garden spaces are. So we thought that this year would be a great opportunity in light of COVID to have people experience the secret gardens of some of these wonderful Fan homes.
Because you can't see them from the street.
In lights and holiday cheer.
Yeah, you don't see those from the street, and most people don't travel up and down the alleys to know, so it's pretty impressive. All right, so we're going to start down at Meadow, right? At Meadow Park?
Yes, Meadow is on Meadow Street and Park Avenue, right in the heart of the Fan.
Okay, so you start there, and there's going to be some special activities there. Lacey, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We're going to have music, choral choirs, bands. We're going to have food and drinks. Meadow Park is going to be decorated with beautiful lights. We're going to have a grand illumination at 5 p.m. on Friday the 10th.
Wow. So, yeah, and like I said, it gets dark at 5 o'clock. So it's not like you're staying out late waiting to see the grand illumination. It's probably around 5, isn't it, the grand illumination?
Yeah, the tour goes from 4 to 8, Friday and Saturday nights. You can come anytime, and we welcome children as well as adults.
All right, so Kimberly, 11 different homes that you're going to in the historic Fan District.
Yeah, that's correct. They're
the walking tour is about, in total, it's a little over 1.5 miles. So you can get your steps in as well as enjoying all the beautiful gardens. And they'll be marked with lighted balloons at the entryways, and we will have directional signs for people as well. If you go to our website, you can take a look at the tour on the map, and it'll show all 11 homes and their addresses. So it's easy enough for people to navigate the tour in any direction that they want to go, but we do have them set up to be from beginning to end, west to east.
Okay, so, and I would imagine with 11 homes and within a mile radius of the park, we all know that some can be very different from the others in that range there.
That's correct, yep.
You'll see pretty much a little bit of everything. Very excited.
Every homeowner's done something different.
Yeah.
And we have seen some really fabulous, beautiful lights.
All right. Well, ladies, I know that you've worked very hard to get things done in a COVID-safe way, and that it's going to be a lot of fun and still get that holiday spirit starting at Meadow and Park at the park there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for all you've done getting ready for this.
Yeah, Bill, can I just add, tickets are $15 for adults, $5 for children. You can get them in advance at fandistrict.org.
Thanks for getting that in.
You can get them in Meadow Park during the tour.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, folks.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
We cannot let this go unsaid, because we are extraordinarily grateful to Atlantic Union Bank, who is the headlining sponsor for this event. And without their generosity, there's no way we could put this on. It has been quite an undertaking. So we are really grateful to them and all of our other sponsors and the homeowners who are participating as well.
It takes a whole fan district instead of just a village.
It does.
Thank you both very much. Join the Fan District Association for the 2021 Holiday Garden Tour on December the 10th and 11th from 4 to 8 p.m. For more information, visit fandistrict.org or read more in the current issue of Our Home magazine. Please stay with us. There's more Virginia This Morning coming up.
Thanks so much for watching Virginia This Morning right here on CBS 6. Illuminate Light Show, Central Virginia's largest and longest running Christmas lights and music show, is up and running and more magical than ever. Caller 6 to 342-5745 wins a car pass to go and enjoy the fun. 342-5745 is the number to call. Good luck.
Rolling with AAA, sponsored by AAA Mid-Atlantic.
I'm Morgan Dean with AAA. Do you like coupons? I mean, really, who doesn't? Well, did you know your AAA membership card is really one great big coupon that unlocks all kinds of deals and discounts on gas, car batteries, parts, repair, labor, auto buying, and much, much more. Let's start with the AAA store. At a club-owned repair store, AAA members get 10% off labor repairs. If it's a AAA approved auto repair shop, members save a minimum of 10% on repairs. With AAA auto buying, new car buyers save an average of $3,300 off that MSRP. Well, do you like to do some of your repairs on your own? Well, at Napa, AAA members save 10% on most auto parts and accessories. With AAA's mobile battery service, you can save $25 on the price of a new AAA car battery. If you're traveling, Hertz offers members up to 20% off on a rental, as well as free use of a child seat during that rental. And when you need to fill up, save 5 cents per gallon at participating Shell stations when you join the Fuel Rewards program as a AAA member. Not a member? Well, join AAA today for 50% off. Visit AAA.com and use the promo code PGATV50.
This segment is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen.
You may not think that the holiday season is an ideal time for replacing your windows and doors, but today, Paige Ewell, local owner of Renewal by Andersen, is here. Huge buy one, get one, 50% off deal that's too good to pass up. So stay tuned, because Paige is going to tell us about all the details in just a moment. First, here's the first question. Let's start with your windows. They're made with your exclusive composite material called Fibrex.
Right.
And you won't find your windows in a local big box store. Why is that?
Well, you know, a big box store is kind of for your do-it-yourself type person. Andersen created Renewal by Andersen for the do-it-for-me type customer. So if you go to the big box store, you're typically picking out stock size windows, trying to find something maybe that's going to make it fit. If you do want to have somebody to install them, then you got to, hire your own installer. With us, it's just one call. So we do it all. We're going to build, we're going to sell, we're going to warrant, we're going to install everything that you do. So it's a whole different model that you would see. And the thing is, we do everything custom made. We don't have a warehouse of stock size windows that you call us up. Can you say, can we get this? No, you can get anything you want from us. It's going to be made from scratch. And that's just kind of atypical of a big box store.
Absolutely. What are some of the advantages of replacing your windows and doors during the winter months?
The winter time is a great time because if we go out there now and take a look at your windows, it's going to be cold. We can really find out where your drafts are coming from, your problem windows. A couple months ago when it might be 70 degrees, you can't feel a whole lot of drafts, and the homeowner can't say, I don't know which one of my windows are drafty. Now we can actually go hone in on the ones that they may not even notice, which rooms are colder than the others. So it's a great time to find your problem windows, and also it's a great start to get your windows done now to start saving on the rising electrical and heating costs.
All right, you have a tremendous offer on your windows and doors this month. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we do have both. It's our big BOGO 50 offer, and what BOGO 50 means is when you buy one window, entry door or patio door, you're going to get the next one at 50% off. So that's amazing savings right there. And then we're going to make it easy and affordable. So you're going to have 1 year, no interest, of no payments, and no down payment too.
All right, folks, we don't want you to miss out on this amazing deal. Here's the number, 804-352-3737. Now, and schedule your free, no obligation appointment. Financing is very important when it comes to doing home improvement projects, especially right now. Does Renewal by Andersen offer financing?
We sure do. One trouble, a lot of homeowners think in order to replace my windows, I got to pay cash for them. So they save up a certain amount of money, whether it's $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, whatever they think that is going to be. But that's typically not, with us, that's not the case. Because we are a big size, one of the largest contractors there are for windows and doors, we're able to offer great financing programs. So, people are amazed that we can go in there, custom design a project for you, and we lay out these easy payment programs, and the payments are less than what they pay on their cable bill. So we can do, you don't have to do all the windows, but they're amazed that we can do your whole home, make it very affordable. So we have great amounts of plans that can pretty much help any homeowner out.
All right. Lastly, tell us some of the steps you take to ensure that you have an overwhelmingly positive experience for the homeowner.
It's a great question. We hear from a lot of our homeowners that they may talk to other contractors or window companies, and they kind of want to push their agenda. They want them to replace all the windows, or they just kind of pigeonhole it, they push a design on them that maybe they're not really comfortable with. So we sit down with you. It's a consultation. We want to listen to you. We want to hear your feedback. And once we get all that, we're going to help you. We're going to work hand in hand to get a custom design project that you're going to love for years to come, and you're not going to regret anything that you do with us.
All right. Always good to see our friend Paige Huell. Once again, Renewal by Andersen has a special limited time offer this month now through December 31st. Buy one window, patio door, or entry door, and get 50% off your next one. And with Renewal by Andersen special financing, you won't pay anything for a full year. That's zero down, zero payments, and zero interest until December of 2022. Call 804-352-3737 or visit brandyoutrust.com to schedule your free appointment. Virginia This Morning returns right after. Show, we told you about crazy as a bat. You probably know what it means, but let's find out where that comes from. This one comes from the 1890s. It's a term, bats in the belfry. It was a figure of speech drawing an analogy between what's in a person's head and what's in a church belfry. A disturbance in your head getting a little batty. And that's where that comes from. So,
I like my definition better.
Exactly. So here's the thing. I think, you know how NBA draft works, National Basketball Association draft, and so if a team is got a really bad record, they start to tank so they can get a better draft pick the next year.
Okay.
So I think since you got off to such a terrible start this year, you're not even trying anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I have two things to think about with this, and we've got limited time. One, there's an alternative definition for bats in the belfry. Are you aware of this? Which is not the same thing as crazy as in a bat, but you already baited and switched me anyway with that jump in the shower. Bats in the belfry, if you lean in, and yes, I'm going to say this, friends, if you lean into a close friend when you're spending time together, and you're like, hey, bub, you have some bats in the belfry.
Yes.
It means you need a tissue. Did you know that? I bet you friends watching right now knew that. Bats in the belfry mean you need a tissue.
Bob needs a tissue.
Because there's a little something that's visible. So if anybody tells you...
Who thought of that? I've never heard that. I must not have never had bats in my belfry.
Now you know where that came from.
So why didn't you go with that to begin with? Oh, we didn't do bats in the belfry. We did crazy as a bat. Okay.
Then you baited and switched me on jump in the shower, which I think means...
A distraction.
Where did it come from? You used to have to jump into a tub of water, right?
I wasn't aware where'd that come from. That's why do people say this? Because it makes no sense.
I feel a collective sigh.
I'm feeling crazy as a bat. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you tomorrow for
LPT
Leopard Print Thursday on Virginia This Morning. It's something somebody looks forward to all week long.
Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, friends. Thank you so much for making time today. And if you have a friend that's got a little something going on in there and needs a tissue, bats in the belfry.
Really?
I'm not alone in this. I know that others know that.
There's nobody. That's you.
Do I have any bats in the belfry?
No.
Bats. What did they say?